Okay guys, welcome back to another Dannyc Productions video, and today we're going to be interviewing the two skinny heads of Bradenton / Sarasota area. Two of my good friends, known for a very long time. So yeah, let's get started. Go ahead, sit down. Okay, thank you guys for coming today. Go ahead, if you could introduce yourselves.
I'm Dalton. I'm 17 years old, 6'4". I actually play baseball for the Braden River Pirates. So, yeah, that's about it for me. And my head's skinny.
Hey guys, it's Skinny from the 9. Yes, from the 9. My height is skinny, my weight is skinny, everything about me is skinny.
So, when did you guys start to notice that your head was skinny?
I mean, like, when I was coming up, because I played baseball through Little League and stuff, all the kids, like, when I would wear my hat, like, the hat was always too big for me, and when I would run, like, it would just fall off every single time, so they started calling me skinny head, skinny head, skinny head. And it just stuck with me my whole life, and everybody just always talks about it, and it kind of makes me mad. But now I've just gotten through the hard times and accepted the skinniness of my head.
Hey, what about you, Attila?
I didn't realize until about sophomore year, but deep down, I always knew that I had a skinny head. Because I could fit in the tight spaces, and I'd always do the crazy stuff with all my friends. Like, I'd be the guy who did the crazy things. I think it's because of my skinny head. But my friends started calling me skinny head back in sophomore year, and I hated it at first, but now it's a way of life.
So, how often do people notice how skinny your guys' heads are? You can speak up.
Well, my name is literally Skin, so I think every second of my life, people acknowledge that I'm skinny, and I'm a skin, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, all the time.
Well, like, it's an everyday thing. I've been called a skinny head my whole life. Like, when I didn't have a beard, my head was like, it was bad. Like, I didn't even want to go out in public at first. I wore hats every day. They still fell off. When I get a haircut, I can't get a fade, like when I had no beard, because my head would be too skinny. So I grew the beard, made my head look not so skinny, but yeah, like, everybody comes up, even my teachers, they're like, oh, they don't even call me Dalton, they're like, skinny head, are you here? And I'm like, yep.
Dude, I know how that feels, dog.
Yeah.
My coaches call me Skinny.
Dude.
But it's like,
even my parents call me skinny head.
So, Attila, has having a skinny head, affected you? Like, does it bother you?
I mean, at first, I didn't like it, because, like, come on, it's a skinny head. Like, who wants a skinny head?
Right.
Yeah.
But then, skinny heads. You see, skinny heads, they possess things that no one else does.
Yeah, exactly.
We have special powers, like we have, like, nice jaw lines, and, like, we just have special like, we can get into tight spaces. Like, nothing is too tight for us.
Right.
So it's just like, there's advantages along with disadvantages, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
Have you guys ever tried making your head fatter?
Oh, yes. So,
Yes.
like, once, So you know how I play baseball, right?
Yeah.
So once like my baseball hat still wouldn't fit, so I grabbed a bat and just started whacking my head like this, and it didn't work. So like I remembered I did that like 3 years ago. I was about 8 when I tried it with a baseball bat, so now I would be like 11. And I went up to my dad and I said, "Dad, push right here as hard as you can." So he did, and it hurt really bad, so obviously I couldn't do that. So like I asked him to have surgery, but they said like it's too dangerous and all that. But
I've actually had the reverse effect. I was born with a fat head, believe it or not. And when I was about 3 years old, I got my head stuck in a hydraulic press with Mr. Burlew, and it shrunk my head so much that I lost about 70% of my brain capacity. Yeah. So
Wow.
I haven't tried to make it fat,
Yeah.
but you could say I've made it skinny.
Okay.
Since you guys both
Easy.
have been living with this disorder of having a really skinny head, I've always wondered, have you guys, with weather like this, what's very windy, have you guys almost like flown away or anything? Has the wind ever taken you guys because of your skinniness?
I mean, like, it doesn't really take us. It just like moves our head. So if it's like really windy going to the left,
Yeah.
like this way, my head will just like kind of pop over. But if it's going to the right, it just pops over like
But
that.
Yeah.
If it's coming this way, it's really bad, cause like you can't even see anything, cause you're just like this.
Right. Do you want
Like
to
looking at the
demonstrate that,
sky.
maybe?
Huh?
You want to go outside and demonstrate that?
I mean,
Oh no.
no, like skin.
Oh, fuck.
You go the right direction though, the aerodynamics will help you out. Yeah, there you go. And then the wind just like
To overcome any problems with having a skinny head, or people calling you skinny, anything like that?
So in 4th grade, this girl that I really liked, Riley Llewellyn, at that time I had a shaved head, so you could understand how like bad it like looked and stuff. So like I walk over to her at recess, and I'm like, "Hey," and she just walks away. So I had her in my class. So I went up to her and I'm like, "Why did you stop talking to me?" And she's like, "Just look at your head." And then like the next day I went home like crying to my mom, and she's like, "It's okay. Sometimes people's head are just too skinny." And I'm like, "No, Mom, like this is bad. Like my head is literally a cinnamon stick."
You guys think we could, like, measure your guys' heads? Is that...
yeah, I don't see why not.
Yeah? Okay.
Wow. 4 inches wide. I'm sorry to break it to you. What we're working with here. Wow. It's half an inch fatter than Dalton's actually. So, props to Attila. You know, you're from Hungary, right? So is life as a skinnyhead in Hungary different than life here with the skinnyhead in the United States?
Well, in Hungary, or what we like to call the Nine, there's a lot of skins there. What I mean by that, there's a lot of skinny heads. So, you kind of just, it's like the norm there, you know what I'm
so it's
saying?
like-
You kind of just blend in, you know, it's like,
Okay.
but here, not that many skinny heads, you know? So like, you can spot us from a mile away.
A fat head. Yeah, fat head like Kyle Nichols. If he was
They'll be like, yeah, that guy has a
he'd
fat
be
fat
like,
head.
He'd
Yeah.
be like not normal. Like,
No.
He'd be an outcast.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
What about you, Dalton? You're from Alabama?
Yeah. So it's like the
How's having a skinny head over in Bama different?
well, it's very different from Hungary, because everyone in Bama has a fat head.
Okay.
So like you go to the store, fat head, fat head, fat head. Like there's zero skinny heads there. So like when I would just walk out on the street, everybody would just start staring at me. Like then they would like whisper, and I already knew they were talking about my skinny head. So like one of the dudes was staring at me. I went up to him and I said, "Why are you staring at me?" And he said, "'Cause you have a skinny head." And I'm like, "Bro, I know, but you don't have to stare at me for it.
Right, yeah, that's kind of mean.
Like, he's like, you have a pencil head.
Wow.
And I was like...
I've gotten that one before, too.
Yeah, all the time. Cinnamon stick, pencil head, skinny calf.
Calves skinny?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Let's
You want to show us your calves? Let's see it. Oh, wow.
That's, wow.
Okay. What are the pros and cons of having a skinny head, at least? Is there anything?
The pros is, like, sometimes I can balance, like, things on my head.
Okay.
Look at that control.
And then, like, sometimes, like, me and my friends will play, like, hide and go seek.
Yeah.
And, like, some of their heads can't fit in the spots that mine do. So, like,
So you have
my body will be, like, really hard to slip in, but my head just flies in.
Right. Okay. What about for you, Attila?
Pros, kind of like what Dalton said here. In hide and go seek, like as a kid, I could hide under my refrigerator. You know, like when I say skinny heads, like no space is too tight for a skinny.
Yeah, exactly.
Like you just slide right in there. You know, so it definitely has its pros. Its cons.
Yeah.
Cold. Your ears and like your whole face just starts to slowly like freeze because like you just have no. You just have a skinny head, so there's no protection against anything. So the skinny head is really fragile, but it's like quick, and you can get into really tight spaces. But
Yeah,
it is
exactly.
very, very fragile. And
What about for you, Dalton? Any cons?
The cons. Once I got like hit in the face, like some kid like threw a pizza at my head, and like most kids, like it would just bounce off their head like nothing. My head, like my neck almost broke, just from a pizza. Yeah, everybody stares at you and like says your head's too skinny. Pretty much, there's actually a lot of pros, to be honest. Like he said, he hid under his refrigerator. One time I hid under my dress, like my cabinet, like my
dresser.
yeah. Oh, and another bad thing is like your head's like skinny, so it's smaller, so your brain's smaller. So I forget everything. Like
Wow, that's
once
tough.
like
It's okay. You don't have to.
alright.
Okay. Okay, so do you guys have anything else to say for all the other skinny heads out there, or the fat heads, or anything you want to say to someone, anyone, any of the viewers?
To all the skins out there, you know, just stay skinny.
You, Dalton?
If you have a skinny head like me, you know the pain. No pain, no gain. That's what they say. So just fight through it like I have my whole life. Hopefully, like, when I'm like 35, my head won't be this skinny anymore. But to all the fat heads, like, you don't know how lucky you are.
Okay. Thank you guys today. Appreciate it.
Yep.
Thank you. Yep.